Hi everyone, I'm Mارين from Let's Practice English. In today's course we are going to learn about silent letters. But before we start, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and also like the video. Let's get started. So, today we're having a look at silent letters. Why? Because English is spelled differently than it is pronounced, and very often letters are not pronounced. So, we'll have a look at all of those silent letters in alphabetical order, starting with the letter B. The letter B is usually not pronounced after an M at the end of the word. For example, lamb, comb, thumb, tomb. The letter B is also not pronounced after the letter T. For example, doubt, debt, subtle. Letter C. The letter C is usually not pronounced in the combination SC. For example, scissors, fascinate, muscle. Now, letter D. The letter D is usually silent before the letters N and G. For example, Wednesday and not Wednesday. Wednesday, pledge, grudge. Now on to letter E. The letter E is usually not pronounced when it's at the end of a word. We usually pronounce the last consonant sound. For example, ride, rice, before, give. Alright, now time for letter G. Be careful, we have more than one rule here. The letter G is silent when it comes before an N in a word. For example, foreign, sign, rain, design. Now, if the letter G comes with the letter H and they are together after a vowel, we don't pronounce them. For example, high, light. But of course, this is English, so there are exceptions, unfortunately. Here are a few. Magnet, cognitive, signature. My second rule is also about the letter G and the letter N together. If your word is a compound noun, which means it's composed of two words, we are going to pronounce the G. For example, a doghouse, a big head. And the third rule for the letter G is kind of another exception. Sometimes the letters G and H together can form the sound F. For example, cough or laugh. Ha 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 ha. Okay, we are done with the letter G. In general, the letter H is mute at the beginning of a word. For example, hour, honest, air, but of course there are exceptions. For instance, history, hair, happy. Alright, letter K. The letter K is always silent before the letter N. For example, knife, knock, knowledge. Letter L. This letter is usually silent after the vowels A, O and U. For example, calf, should, yes, not should, should, would, have. Alright, we're almost halfway through the lesson. You're doing a great job. Keep it up. Now the letter P, and more specifically P and H together. Now this is not really a silent letter, it's more that the sound is completely different. P and H together becomes F, an F sound. Here are some very famous examples. Photograph, elephant, telephone. Time for letter S. In some words, the letter S is not pronounced if it comes before the letter L. A very, very famous example would be island and not Iceland. That's a country. Island. Or inside the plane, between the seats, we have the aisle. Letter T. So there's a little list of words in which the letter T is not pronounced. The list is the following: castle, Christmas, fasten, listen, often, although this word can be pronounced often. Beret, and in this case it is because it's a French word. If you find a French word used in English and this word ends in the letter T, don't say the T. Chevrolet, whistle, bustle, and here we have two more French words, gourmet, ballet. Now, letter U. Okay, pay attention to this one. The letter U is not pronounced after the letter G and before a vowel. A very famous example could be the newspaper The Guardian, or the movie Guardians of the Galaxy. A guest, or guess. Alright, we have finally reached the last letter, the last silent letter of the course, the letter W. Okay, the letter W is not pronounced at the beginning of a word if it is followed by the letter R. For example, right, wrong, wrap. And we also have a short little list of words in which the W is silent. Let's have a look. Who? Whose? Whoever. Whole. Answer and not answer. Answer. Sword. Two. Alright guys, we have reached the end of our lesson. Feel free to leave examples in the comment section below with words that include silent letters. Don't forget to follow Let's Practice English, but also to like the video and share it as much as possible. Thank you so much for watching and see you soon. Bye!